Capitol building in Washington, D.C. We are now less than 2 months away from the first primaries in this year's high-stakes midterm elections, which will determine who controls Congress. And in many states, there are battles over not who to vote for, but how to vote, and those battles are only intensifying. Ed O'Keefe shows us now how officials in the battleground state of Michigan are preparing for this high-stakes election fight to come.
This was the scene in Detroit the day after the 2020 elections. Supporters of former President Donald Trump tried stopping elections officials from counting votes. Michigan Democratic Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson worries it'll happen again.
The 2020 election is indeed behind us, but the war over the future of our democracy continues to escalate. 3
in 10 Americans and 2/3 of Republicans believe the 2020 election had widespread fraud or irregularities. That high level of mistrust is fueling groups like Secure My Vote, a Republican-led group trying to use a quirk in Michigan's Constitution to change elections laws.
There's a great deal of concern about absentee ballots. We need to do some stuff to tighten up the way absentee ballots are handled.
Secure My Vote's plans would add new ID requirements for in-person and absentee voting. Critics say the plan is misguided and would make Michigan the 20th state to add new voting restrictions since 2020. And possibly on the ballot soon, CBS News has found reports of at least 31 people across 19 states running for state and federal office who were at January 6th rallies in Washington. 6 of them are in Michigan, including John Rocha, who's running for the State House. He's leading a push to conduct what he calls a forensic audit of the 2020 election, believing that Trump won the state. He's one of 15 Michigan GOP candidates endorsed by the former president.
We want to make sure that what happened truly did happen, and if anything nefarious did happen, that we go ahead and rectify that and clear that up.
It is the big lie that somehow the 2020 election was not accurate, when indeed it was. But it's a bigger lie that somehow our democracy is unsafe or not secure or not worth participating in.
Important to remember, dozens of courts and hundreds of audits nationwide have found no evidence of widespread election fraud in 2020. Also in Michigan, Republicans have been replacing some local GOP elections officials who certified the 2020 results, sparking fears among Democrats and nonpartisan election experts about how ballot counting might go later this year and in the 2024 presidential election. Tony?
But as you point out, Ed, no evidence supporting election fraud in 2020, so you have restrictions that are a solution in search of a problem, but they are moving forward anyway. Ed, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
I think they need to keep making that point, that there was no fraud found.
Yeah, we need to understand.
Yeah.
And people of both parties have looked for it and not found it. There have been commissions up and down in a variety of states, you name it.